piece on the other wall, on the other side, which has a ladder and one element on the wall, and in the circle, are dedicated to the inauguration of the present Oba of Benin in Nigeria. This particular Oba was actually a student at the Rutgers University where I was teaching. He was a graduate student. His work related to urban development. We were introduced. He even visited my studio and gave a blessing, if you will, to my work, because my personal knowledge of Benin, I had been there. I had met his father, the previous Oba, and then his grandfather, the Oba Akinzua, before that. The reason I wanted to make just a small comment is because in these days in the world is the discussion of returning the work of Benin, which was taken, in particular, the work taken in 1897 by the British, Because I have spent significant time and welcome there on the street of bronze casters. That's called Igun Eromo. I have a personal attachment. So at the time of the inauguration of the present Oba Ewari II, I couldn't go. I was invited, but I couldn't go because I had on the same night an exhibition at the Museum of Oklahoma in the US, so I couldn't go. But afterwards, of course, I went and celebrated his next birthday with him. But it's very important to me, and before the recent attention on the idea of returning work to Benin, I had an exhibition in the 1990s at Suho Gallery in New York, and the affiche or poster for that literally had the title, Return to Benin. This is not a new subject with me because I've understood it, because I understood history directly. And, but I do have a personal attachment. One of the things I learned in Benin, and my family then utilized, my late wife, the poet Jean Cortez, who the piece downstairs, other piece is named for, requested on her death that her ashes be in one part in Benin and the other in Senegal, where we have eyes. The Oba of Benin gave the permission, because you don't just go and do it, and he gave the land for us to do it, because you do it on the land that belongs to you. So in other words, our family has returned directly in that respect. And that particular work, for me, references those dynamics. There's much more to it, and much more to the relationship. But I just thought if we're going to pay attention to this working with steel, with metal, that a place in the history where in part I come from, it should always be understood that that's a part of the history, and the history of the past and the history to come. So, but thank you for just paying attention to that reality. And also thank you, since Maurice and Luisa are so kindly explaining ideas of my work. I want you to know that I appreciate it very much, both the welcome here, generally in Germany, and in particular in the museum. And thank you for your attention, and I presume your own love of art.